Hello, welcome to the new ASMR metal detecting podcast. Beep, beep. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 118 of the Metal Detecting Show podcast. This week, we're going to talk about the top 5 metal detecting gifts for Christmas 2022. It is exactly 1 year to the day of the top 5 metal detecting gifts for Xmas 2021 and 2020. I can't believe this is the third iteration of the episode. So let's get straight into it. But first, I want to do some housekeeping. And first of all, I want to have a special, and I want to mark it as very special, separate from the whole podcast, a special call out to my BFF, Miko. I love you, man. Thanks for all the love. You complete me. That was more like Forrest Gump. You complete me, Penny. I just can't quit you. Anyways, Miko, I love you, man. Thanks for all your support. Some great reviews are coming in. Thank you to everyone. Some great comments, actually, and some suggestions. One of the comments was nice and short, very technical, but not much talk about fines. And I paraphrase. And I thought about that, and that's actually a very, very valid point. And, you know, because I detect in Ireland, I don't really have many great finds to be talking about, or any that are content worthy. Plus, my type of detecting is beaches, really. So my own personal finds probably wouldn't be entertaining enough for the podcast. However, I do have the facility of speakpipe.com. So I'm opening it up to you guys. Get on speakpipe.com and leave me a voicemail telling me about your best finds. And each week I will play one. That's it. I mean, and that's, if there was ever a way of bringing the listeners and the show together, this probably would be it. So we would all love to hear about your finds. So tell me all about it on speakpipe.com. The link will be in the show notes. So let's get straight into this week's topic. Top 5 gifts for a metal detectorist. So this episode is not for you. It's for your partner. So play it loud and proud, and fingers crossed, Santa might just have something in his sack for you. Point of note, I don't create affiliate links for any of this. So in case you think this is a clickbaity, I'm trying to make a quick buck type of post, it isn't. It's very genuine in its origin. Something I always wanted to do myself. But before we get into the actual list, I'm reminded of a great video by Van Neistat, Casey Neistat's bigger brother, and it's called The Rules of Gifting. I'll add it in the show notes. And he explains how gifts, either nice, made, or thoughtful, or at least 2 of these things, they can either be nice and made and thoughtful, or nice and thoughtful. And I love the idea of this. So this list has been curated to be nice and thoughtful. Because if it was made and thoughtful, it would mean you have to make it and a thoughtful gift, as in something that the receiver could relate to. If it was made and nice, something that was like super nice and made by you yourself, so something real bespoke. Metal detecting gifts don't really fall into either of these things, but they can fall into nice and thoughtful. And this is what this list is all about. So nice, thoughtful gifts for the metal detectorist in your life. Check out that video by Van Neistat. It's excellent. So last year's top 5 gifts were a desktop charger by Anker, Andre's pencils, which my wife listened to the episode and got for me, which are great. Mechanix Gloves, actually that's the brand, Mechanix, Mechanix gloves. They were in the top 5 the year before as well. A magnet fishing magnet. And then in the top position was the trusty old pinpointer. So let's see, I suppose, what's in this top 5 this year. So first on the list, and by no means number 1, a carbon fiber handled sand scoop. My arm is killing me. So this is the one thing I will be hoping for this year myself. It makes you more efficient, makes you last longer on the hunt, and it's more cost effective when you consider I have broken the handle on my sand scoop 3 times in the last 4 years. Now my sand scoop weighs about 3 kilos in rock solid stainless steel. You could support a house on it. It is not going anywhere. However, I'm in the market now for a lightweight carbon fiber sand scoop. They come in around $150. So a small bit pricey, but something that will enhance your partner's hunting experience. and highly sought after, especially if they're a beach hunter. If your partner is not a beach hunter and detects in a field, this is not for them. Okay, up next, again, the pinpointer, but not just any pinpointer, but the Garrett Pro Pointer II. The basic model, not the AT model, but the Garrett Pro Pointer II. This is the Rolls Royce of pinpointers. And this is something I've just realized recently when my wife found my own Garrett Pro Pointer II after 2 years of me thinking I had lost it. I talked about that in a previous episode. And I have to say, within 2 minutes of taking it out of my pocket, it was bliss. There was no second guessing if it was on. It was press and go with zero interference to both my multi-frequency machines, the Legend and the Knox. Don't get a copy thinking they are the same. They are not the same. But buy a Garrett branded one specifically. They might look like the Garrett Pro Pointer II, but they're not. Get a branded Garrett one. There is no comparison really. Again, $150, a bit pricey, but worth it. So something on the cheaper side, t-shirts, hoodies. All detectorists love both of these. How better to say that you're a weirdo than wearing a metal detecting t-shirt or a hoodie down the local bar. A hoodie now is just what we call a hooded sweatshirt. I presume you knew that. And a hoodie has the added advantage of utility when you're out hunting with front pockets for gloves or trash. And I'm a big firm favour of the hunting hoodie when I want to travel light. The hood can even substitute as a hat. But like I said, be careful not to wear these down to your local bar, because after a day's hunting, you will not be able to keep the ladies or dudes off you. Expect to pay about $20 for a t-shirt, up to $50 for a hoodie. There are some great brands out there, and one of my favorites is Windy Digger on Instagram. Paul Daniels II, Windy Digger. I have purchased a few of his t-shirts over the last years, and I love them greatly. So yeah, check them out on Instagram. You know the score. Next, I'd recommend a coin, jewellery, or a relic display case. These are available in various sizes to match various prices. There is only one thing better than finding something amazing, and that is displaying it in a sexy display case. And I'm not talking about a red velvet lined picture frame. I'm talking about a floating display where the coin or relic is supported on both sides by clear plastic, allowing a full 360-degree view of the find. I recommend putting this in pride of place in your house, because even though finding the find is great, displaying the find is amazing, and telling everyone about it is even better. And then finally on the list, it's more of a hodgepodge of cheap little things you could buy your detecting partner this Christmas. Put them all together in what I'm calling the ultimate accessory pack. This, like I said, this is a selection of items almost consumable that a detectorist would want. Starting with Mechanix Gloves. These had their own slot in the list 2 years ago, but these are amazing and worthy of building an accessory pack upon. What else I would add to the pack would be a brass brush for fines cleaning. Brass so it doesn't scratch. You can add to this then a plastic fines brush as well. 2 brushes, a brass and a plastic fines brush. They look like 2 brushes, but very handy for cleaning fines. A fines pouch of any type will do as well, as long as it's hard wearing. Army surplus stores are actually good for these if you want a base to create something bespoke. Also in the accessory pack, I would add a USB wall wart, no less than 1 amp, but preferably in around 2 amps, 5 volts USB. Super handy in the age of LiPo batteries. And finally, a cheap set of headphones with a 1/4-inch adapter, so the detectors can use these as a lightweight backup. You might need to check the detector and buy an adapter if necessary. So to recap briefly, my top 5 gifts in no particular order for this Christmas are a carbon fibre handled sand scoop, the Garrett Pro Pointer II, both about $150, t-shirts and hoodies in a metal detecting motif, a coin, jewellery or relic display case, allowing you to display the find in 360-degree profile, and finally then the Metal Detectorist Ultimate Accessory Pack, which contains gloves, 2 types of brushes, fines pouch, a USB wall wart, and a cheap set of spare headphones with a 1/4-inch adapter. And that's it, guys. That's it for this week. I hope you liked this episode. Don't forget to send me your finds stories on speakpipe.com. Get out there, good luck, eyes down, and happy hunting.